Well, this has ripple effects. It's not just the tenants who are struggling. It's also landlords who are struggling too because they need to pay bills and oftentimes they have mortgages to pay. What does that situation look like?
Yeah, so I mean, it's the ones that I think we worry the most about are the small landlords.
Yeah.
Like their tenants, many of them live paycheck to paycheck, right? So they don't have a lot of savings, they don't have a lot to fall back on, and they tend to be the landlords for these poor tenants, these poor working tenants. They tend to have small landlords rather than the big ones, the big REITs who house many of the white collar sort of young people. So yeah, so these small landlords are going to be in trouble.
You highlight the story of Mari Finkley. It's how you open your piece that you wrote with Patrick Clark, our colleague. Talk to me about her journey and how it epitomizes the way that these sort of people have gone from having jobs, and the COVID pandemic has changed that and really made life so much more unstable for them.
Yeah, Mary's story really illustrates what this kind of crisis looks like. I mean, a pandemic, how that you overlay a pandemic onto an economy where the poor were already kind of fighting for survival. It looks a lot like her story. So she is an Uber driver, and she has very severe asthma, and her doctor told her that she shouldn't be shuttling around passengers because the risk is too great for her. So she stopped driving for Uber and fell behind, and then her landlord, uh, pushed her out, and so she sort of switched to Uber Eats now. So she's sort of there are no passengers involved, but there's so many people out there now, so many people, marginal people who are driving for Uber Eats. There's so much competition that last week she only made like $184 for the whole week. Her goal
Wow.
is to earn $100 a day to survive. So you can see the gap there.
It's a really important story, and we certainly appreciate you taking the time to join us on Quick Take today. Bloomberg's Prashant Gopal, thanks so much for your time, Prashant.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.